Over 5 seasons of 911, the cast has done more than save lives. They've kept us on the edges of our seats and subjected us to several unexpected cast changes. From contract problems and issues of faith, we're covering all the shocking reasons behind the show's cast exits. But that's not all. We're also going to spill the tea on new hires and the cast members that almost got away. Connie Britton as Abby Clark. In just one short season, Abby totally stole our hearts, and we weren't alone. Her budding romance with Buck was a major attraction for the show's millions of fans, which is why her exit from the show was so shocking. As far as character cliffhangers go, Abby's solo trip to the Emerald Isle was beyond frustrating, and fans immediately called for an explanation as well as for her return. Initially, we only got one of those things. After viewers expressed their outrage on social media, the 911 showrunner, Tim Minear, was forced to give an explanation. Are you ready for it? When Connie signed a contract to star in 911, it was only for 1 season, which should not have posed a problem because contracts are renewable, right? Wrong. By the time the actress's year was up, she was already committed to a few other projects, meaning that she literally couldn't sign on for another season. Thankfully, there were no hard feelings between anyone. In fact, Fox co-chairman Gary Newman admitted that we love Connie Britton, but it was always envisioned to be a 1-year role, so it wasn't a surprise that she left. Instead, she settled for a compromise. Because like us, the show's creator and executive producer Ryan Murphy wanted her back. In an interview, he admitted that he and the rest of the network bigwigs were in the process of renegotiating Connie's contract to allow the actress to return for some guest roles. So in the show's 3rd season, Abby's fans got their wish when the character reappeared for the last 2 episodes of the season. But she had bad news. She'd fallen for someone else.
I'm sorry that you had to find out about it this way. I had actually wanted to talk to you about everything while I was in town.
That's what you're sorry for?
In one swift punch to the heart, we said farewell to Abby and watched Buck's heart break. But there was something else. Abby's initial departure left a void in the show that needed filling. As the series showrunner explained, you need certain elements on the show, and we absolutely needed a face in the 911 call center. That meant hiring a replacement. And luckily, they had the perfect person in mind, an actress with experience in the genre after a stint in Criminal Minds. But as we're about to prove, it didn't last long. Jennifer Love-Hewitt as Maddie Kendall. Buck may have lost his lover, but Abby's exit meant he gained something too, a sister called Maddie. While her introduction to the show allowed life at the 911 call center to go smoothly in Abby's absence, it was also an important plotline for Buck, who really needed some distraction. What better way to get over a romance than with the help of family? But just as we started getting used to seeing Maddie and learning to love her, the unthinkable happened. She left. And now fans have no idea where she is or whether she'll come back, which is frustrating because her exit was hella emotional. Not only did she leave Chimney, the man she loved, but her postpartum depression meant she also abandoned her newborn baby. We're not gonna lie, Maddie's decision to run away totally blindsided us, especially because the real reason for her departure was actually baby-related. His name is Aiden James, and he was born in September. This little bundle of joy is Jennifer's 3rd child with her hubby, Brian Hollisey, and the only reason she's taking a hiatus from the show is because she's on maternity leave. For the next little while, her only role will be as a mom to Aiden and his siblings, Autumn and Atticus. That's right, her exit is not permanent. I repeat, she's coming back, eventually. In fact, both showrunner Tim Minear and creator Ryan Murphy have hinted that we'll see Maddie again. Tim actually revealed something important about Maddie's future. It's a story that I don't want to give short shrift to. It'll end up creating a major complication for season 5. Even the 911 official Twitter account hinted at the character's return, tweeting, "Come back to us, Maddie." The only problem is that we have no idea when she'll be returning or how the show will handle her prolonged absence. There's already a rumor circulating that she's going to be replaced for a while, but you'll have to wait a little longer for those details because first, we need to talk about that other unexpected season 5 exit. Rockmond Dunbar as Michael Grant. The dust hadn't even settled after Maddie's departure before 911 fans were forced to say another tearful goodbye. This time it was for Rockmond Dunbar, who played Michael Grant, and it was totally unexpected. In fact, even the actor had no plans to leave. The decision was made for him. And not for the reason you may think. It's all due to the pandemic. In order to ensure that cast and crew have safe working conditions amid the coronavirus, Disney TV Studios' 20th Television has a compulsory vaccination mandate. Anyone working for the company can actually lose their job if they don't get the jab. And that's exactly what happened to Rockmond. Initially, the media reported that he was let go for being anti-vax, but that's not entirely true. The actor revealed that his decision was personal and partly based on his faith. However, his appeals for both medical and religious exemption were rejected by Disney, and that's all he's willing to say about the matter. But that hasn't stopped everyone else from sharing their thoughts. Fans of the show were totally outraged by Michael's farewell, even though it was a really sweet send-off. There was shock and disbelief, with viewers demanding he not be written off because the show needs him. Sadly, not everyone was upset to see Michael walk off into the sunset with David. In response to claims that he was anti-vax, some Twitter users were quick to throw shade. Despite the mixed reactions to the reason for his exit, there is actually a silver lining. We might be able to see him again. You see, the writers purposely gave Michael an open-ended send-off that could see him return from Haiti, either when Rockmond gets his jab or when the vaccine mandate is changed. We don't know if or when that'll happen. While we wait for that drama to resolve itself, 911 is making up for 2 cast exits by bringing in someone new. But is the newest cast member an addition or a replacement? Vanessa Estelle Williams as Claudette Collins. With Maddie MIA, the call center needs someone to take control, and that's exactly where Claudette comes in, as a transfer from LA. But wait, does that mean Melrose Place alum Vanessa Williams is taking over Jennifer Love-Hewitt's job? The timing might make it seem that way, but Ryan Murphy has admitted that the actress is definitely not replacing someone, as he still expects Jennifer to return to the show later. Instead, Vanessa will be playing a series regular with her own storyline that we can almost guarantee will eventually encompass the drama we're used to seeing on 911. Especially if you consider that she's been heralded as the queen of strong personalities. There should be loads of drama to come. And speaking of drama, that was almost the cause of another cast exit a season back. Rayan Guzman as Eddie Diaz. In the penultimate episode of Season 4, Rayan Guzman had his fans really worried because his character Eddie was shot in the chest. But just when they started to freak out that it might mean the end of the actor's run on the hit show, Eddie popped up in the trailer for Season 5, proving that at the very least, he'd make another appearance. Although that's not the only reason 911 viewers were worried about Eddie's future, the other cause for concern was over fears of cancel culture, because the actor got into quite a bit of trouble after some off-screen controversy. In May last year, something distressing was discovered about Ryan's fiancée, Christiane. Somehow, one of her old tweets surfaced and it contained a racial slur. When she was called out about this, her hubby-to-be made the situation so much worse when he not only defended her, but went on to say that he didn't understand the problem.
I have plenty of friends, and we make fun of each other's race all the time. We call each other slurs all the time. We don't get butthurt at all.
Naturally, the internet didn't like his explanation, and neither did his co-stars. Oliver Stark, who plays Buck, maintained that there's absolutely no excuse for the use of the N-word. Aisha Hinds, or Hen as she's known on the show, also weighed in after fans specifically asked how she felt. She explained that there was no way to defend what her co-star said, and that she hoped they could all learn from it and do better. However, that wasn't the first time that year that fans wondered what Aisha thought. Just a month before Ryan's drama, this actress's character shocked us all so much we couldn't help but worry that she'd leave. Aisha Hinds as Henrietta Willson. When we first met Hen, it was impossible to imagine her as anything other than a firefighter with ambition to be a doctor, because she was a literal lifesaver. But Tim Minear and the show's writers ruined that image in Season 3 when they made Hen a murderer. For the break between Seasons 3 and 4 of 911, fans were shocked and desperate to know what could happen to Hen after the accident that claimed the life of a young musician, and they had reason to be. That storyline had all the markings for an epic send-off. Even the showrunner was stressed, telling TV Line, "It makes the writers nervous too." But I think that's a good thing for the story. I do not see reducing Aisha Hinds' involvement in the show in any way. Of course, we don't believe his reassurance that Hen wasn't going anywhere until we saw her for ourselves in Season 4. When that moment came, 911 fans could let out a collective sigh of relief. But while we were worrying, the actress behind the part admitted that the drama was a great way for her character to grow. She explained, "Some people were worried, and other people were like, 'It's Hen, come on, she'll get through this.' I'm glad she had this opportunity to unravel, because it really showed a deeper layer to her. Now that we know Hen is safe, we'll just have to stay tuned to see if the rest of the cast makes it to the end of the next season the same way. For even more 911 info, check out these other videos. Until next time, stay awesome.